more on the line than ever. It isn't necessarily just about the prize money. You're fighting for that spot at the Global LAN League.
You wish everyone could be involved, but realistically, only the 16 best in the world can be.
Congrats to all these guys earning that invite.
These, for me, are the right teams in the league.
Evil Geniuses left the final qualification position in the CWL Global Pro League.
The best in the world are here to compete on North American soil.
This is big. The Global Pro League is on the line.
The LAN League is pretty much everything. That's going to be the season for everyone.
This is what we've been working for.
Every year there's always been one thing to play for, but now the LAN League is everything this year, to be honest.
If we don't make the LAN League, it's like, dude, what are we doing?
Team Envy, the boys in blue, are back. Splyce have claimed the first spot out of Europe.
Mindfreak, they have qualified for that only APAC spot.
And Cloud9 will be heading to Columbus. Intercepted by Envious as he keeps on gunning. Bully streak out. And this is it, Jack.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CWL Global Pro League presented by the PlayStation 4. It's the final day of Group Red matches in Week 1 of the GPL. My name is, of course, Benson. I'll be hosting the studio throughout the day, and I'm joined by my wonderful panel of experts, Call of Duty World Champion TP, former European professional player Momo, and, of course, our special guest this weekend, two-time World Champion Karma. And if you're new to this whole Global Pro League and you're wondering, okay, what exactly is on the line, let's take a look at the serious amount of prize money which all of our players are going to be competing for, because there really is a ton of it on the line. Of course, $200,000 plus an extra $500,000 coming in as well for the playoff pricing. There is a serious chunk of change, of course, pricing available for each regular season finisher as well. So there really is a lot on the line. And of course, you may be wondering, well, how does this whole thing work? How does a Global Pro League format work? Of course, we have our group stages for the next couple of weeks. Then, of course, we'll be going over to playoffs to conclude stage 1. Then we look, of course, over towards stage 2. We have Anaheim in there as well, so that's going to be a little bit exciting. But in terms of the format, of course, the top 2 teams will proceed to playoffs. Third, sadly, will not make it to playoffs, but does secure a spot for Season 2, and arguably, importantly, that Call of Duty World Championship towards the end of the year. Fourth, however, yeah, it's bad news if you finish 4th in your group. You must compete for a spot in Season 2 throughout relegation. Now, of course, we can take a look at our current standings for Group Red. Splyce sitting pretty 4-0. Team Envious at 3-1. Mindfreak 1-3. Cloud9 0-4. Now, arguably the big shocker from this one. Momo, are you surprised that Splyce have come out and dominated this much?
I'm not surprised that they're sitting pretty at first. The only real test for them so far has been that Envious matchup, but you know, that will happen again today, and I wouldn't be, completely shocked if Envious took it this time. You know, they're 2 top quality teams, but Splyce have been looking very, very good so far. So they could finish the weekend, of course, 6-0. Would be a big confidence booster, seeing as last week they ended 0-6 in the grand final. So bit of a strange turn of events, but I'm happy, of course, for the European players.
Definitely a good way to rebound from kind of failing a little bit in that grand final to coming here and really shutting down everyone. Of course, we did have tons of games yesterday, and if you missed any of them, we have an awesome video featuring Maven breaking down all the matches.
Day 2 of the CWL Global Pro League is in the books, and the red group is finally starting to take shape. Our first match of the day was Splyce going up against Mindfreak, and Splyce continued to remain supreme. They have been undefeated in Respawn game modes, but for Mindfreak, they continue to play teams tough. They steal the S&D, where they've actually been undefeated, but the Respawn Juggernauts and Splyce prove too tough and take the series 3-1. Our second match should be Envious and Cloud9. Cloud9's woes continue. A very close map 1 in which Cloud9 had the advantage throughout most of the game. Ends with a come-from-behind victory for Team Envious. They steal game 1, and they also managed to steal game 2 in around 11. But for map 3, Cloud9 was on full tilt, and Envy pounded them in the uplink, beating them 24-2 and burying Cloud9. Cloud9 would play back-to-back matches. Next up, it was Splyce, and it didn't get any better from there. Splyce continued their dominance in Respawn, also taking out Cloud9 in the Game 2 Search and Destroy. It was another 3-0 for Splyce, another 0-3 result for Cloud9, and Cloud9 now sits at 0-12 in total map counts after 2 days of competition. In the final match of the day, EnVyUs took on Mindfreak. This is a rematch from day 1. Mindfreak played them tough in both hardpoints on day 1. Could they rebound in day 2? There were back and forth battles. This time, Mindfreak able to take the uplink. But the result would be the same. This victory keeps EnVyUs in striking distance of the top spot here for the red group. For Mindfreak, they continue to play strong, but will it be enough to secure the 3rd position in day 3? The key takeaway for Mindfreak is their ability to keep playing teams tough, but they haven't been able to get the key match victories. They do get one map of EnVyUs, and they look poised to take the 3rd position in this group. That is it for day 2. Stay tuned for the final day of the red group. We'll see who will come out on top for their chance to play in the $500,000 Stage 1 final.
A fantastic breakdown there of all of yesterday's matches coming from, of course, Maven. And one of the key to note is Cloud9 not having a lot of success. If they continue playing the way they have without actually picking up a map here this week, they will be fighting through relegation. Relegation, of course, a few days prior to Anaheim. Anaheim, however, the event that we're probably the most excited for, of course. It's always a wonderful, wonderful event. Memo, you haven't yet experienced it, but hopefully this year you will get a chance to. Of course, that's going to be June 16th to June 18th. I've touched on it every single time we've seen this graphic, but the atmosphere there really is legendary.
It's wild. I like Anaheim a lot. Lots of trophies from that one. Pretty close to my home as well. So always a great time. But overall, the crowd, we've touched on it so many times. It's the best. You got to go. If you haven't gone to an event before, that's the one you have to pick. You won't be let down.
Yeah, absolutely. Completely agree. We can now take a look, of course, at today's schedule. So you know when to watch out for those certain games. And we're actually kicking off with a pretty important one. Team EnVyUs are going to be going up against Cloud9. A little bit of a rematch of yesterday's intensely close games up until, of course, the uplink, but we won't mention that one. At 3:30 p.m., Mindfreak versus Splyce. At 5 p.m., we see Mindfreak back-to-back against Cloud9. And to close out the day, Splyce versus Team EnVyUs for what could potentially be for that #1 seed from the group. But obviously, talking about that first game, Team EnVyUs versus Cloud9, the first 2 maps were insanely close. I mean, the hardpoint was a 250 to 247 game. We came out, Aches was screaming, he was getting loud on the main stage. We're like, all right, Cloud9's here to play, but they kind of threw it away at the end.
We need to see that same Cloud9 that we saw early yesterday come out again here. They should have taken those first couple of maps versus Envy. We can go back to that Aches camo play where he just kind of pops in the last seconds trying to close out that hard point, but ends up not going in their favor. They lose by just a few points, but overall, Cloud9 needs that same energy. They need that confidence, and most of all, they still have a chance. Surprisingly, they haven't won a map. They haven't won a map, but it's been damn close several times.
Do you believe?
No. I'll be quite honest.
Damn it,
but
I believe.
It makes things interesting. They're able to come out and get that start that they should have had yesterday. Get that 2-0 lead. I don't think the uplink will be 24-2.
I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed. Slasher did have a phenomenal game, but it seemed like Cloud9 had kind of just given up a little bit at that point, of course. But talking about that 2-0 lead, the Search and Destroy goes to around 11. I mean, Cloud9, they had a hugely 5-3 lead, and they weren't able to close it out.
Yeah, to me, that was the nail in the coffin for that entire day for them. You know, going up and almost winning that breakout, and then going to the S&D retail and going up 5-3 and losing in the fashion they did, that kind of just, you know, I lost hope for them at that point. But I would really like if they came out and it won at least one map this weekend. Just
at least one.
Win one. Somebody give them a win. Like, blind camo, waste a specialist. I don't know. Do something.
Be generous.
Yeah.
They definitely need a little bit of lady luck on their side, it seems. We can now take a look at the map set for this first series on Main Stage on the final day, of course, of Group Red matches. We're going to Scorch Hardpoint, Crusher Search and Destroy, and a Frost Uplink. If it does go further, Retaliation Hardpoint and a Throwback Search and Destroy to close. Remember, at a quick glance there, is this maybe favoring Cloud9, or is it going to be further bad news bears to win a map?
I'll be completely honest. The maps for me aren't the problem. I think, yeah, you can kind of teeter on, you know, this favors Envy, this favors Cloud9, whatever. None which I would say favors Cloud9. But for me, it's what Cloud9 we see today. If we see the same as yesterday, we see that hype, we see that energy, the one that gets it a 3-point game in, you know, hard point, a 1-round search and destroy, they can take it. We saw that they've got the capability to do so. Do I think they're going to do it? No. You know, I think EnVyUs have a point to prove, and EnVyUs are still gunning for that first seed as well.
I know there was an interesting stat that we kind of mentioned in the Green Room TV about Cloud9 since Las Vegas. It hasn't really been a good couple of months, I guess it's fair to say, for them.
When it comes to Cloud9 facing these top NA teams, they haven't beaten a top 16 NA team guess what? Since Vegas.
It's Vegas, right? I think the highest
Vegas.
team is Team Caliber, I think, in terms of North America.
Right.
They did beat Mindfreak, of course, in that crazy Game 5, which technically would be the best caliber of team you've beaten, but then obviously in the league here, it didn't go well. Well, of course, have to hope for Cloud9 if there are any Cloud9 fans out there. But that's going to be everything from the studio. We can send it down to our wonderful casters. Yes, I said wonderful. I see Jack smiling already. It's Maven and Jack.
Thank you so much, Ben. Great to hear from you guys on the desk as always. It's the final day of matches here, and it's quite the special one.
You know, it is a special day. It is Jack's 23rd birthday.
Wait!
And we've got a very special cake for you, buddy.
Are you serious? You actually got, look at that, the 0-15 cake. I gotta make a wish. I wish.
Not to go 0-15 again?
Okay, one of them blew out already. Thank you guys so much. Yes, I turned 23.
Oh, now, well, I know you're trying to eat the entire thing now, buddy, but listen, it's not yours yet. Because Cloud9 is currently 0-12 in map count. If they get 3-0'd by Envy.
You're right, I gotta save it for them.
This is going to Patrick Price.
Okay, well this might be used twice today.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, don't leave this here. We will actually eat that.
That's actually delicious, so please come and slice it. But no, we're ready for another great day of matches. Thank you guys. Yes.
I'm not singing happy birthday.
Fun day. You don't have to.
Happy birthday.
Okay, please stop. And the streams have been muted, so we don't have to talk anymore. There's a look at Cloud9 there. They're all smiles, which is good to see. Lacefield and Aches on your screen right there. It's we were just joking because you hear TP talking about Aches. They haven't won against a top NA team since, what, Vegas? I cannot believe where Cloud9 currently stand.
And you take a look at the stats, and as much as you maybe want to knock Aches, he hasn't been good this weekend, but neither has the rest of the team. I mean, even when you usually see Assault stand out, he's top 5 respawn KD. Typically, he's a lock for. He has not been in that position all weekend. A guy I put a lot of blame on as well. I mean, Lacefield's someone that you expect to come in and destroy. He has the talent to do it. He's one of the best SMG players in the game last year at Black Ops 3. He needs to get going. But the whole story for this team all year has been inconsistency. Sometimes they look pretty good. Sometimes they look abysmal. They need one of those pretty good days today, because if they take out Envy, things become very interesting for that third spot.
There are still some storylines to look at. Yes, right now it is looking grim for Cloud9, but somehow they still have a chance to get third and find themselves qualifying for not only Stage 2, but the Anaheim Pools and Champs later on this year.
There's a lot on the line. You see Apathy there getting ready to go, but you know who stood out in that first series yesterday versus Cloud9? I mean, he has been solid, but it was actually, I mean, it was kind of JCap that really impressed me in that series. I mean, Apathy's usually the guy you look to be the leader when it comes to the statistics, but JCap's been amazing as well.
JCap has been, but one thing I got to shout out Apathy for is as his career has gone on, he's become more and more consistent. He's very reliable for Envy. You know the performance you're going to get from him, and that is why they are one of the top teams in the world. It's the final day of matches here for the Red Group in Stage 1 of the CWL Global Pro League presented by PlayStation 4. Maven, I'm ready. I'm rooting for Cloud9. They've got to get a map. If not, they could be facing the dreaded 0-15.
Well, you're well familiar. You'll tell them how to deal with it, right? You'll help them get through that time in their lives. But, you know, for this one, the silver lining, you know, the one good thing you can look at for Cloud9 is Envy hasn't looked great. They have not looked dominant. Yes, they're sitting at second in the group. They have 3 wins, but they haven't been very convincing wins, right? There's been a lot of very, very close maps, but let's get into it. Day 3, it's Stage 1, Week 1 of the CWL Global Pro League, and we're kicking things off with Cap.
You mentioned how good Cap was yesterday. We'll see if that fortune continues here. He's going to be the first player to challenge alongside Apathy towards middle map. Cloud9 trying to push through back tunnel. And remember, Cloud9 will be the red team this time around. We were messing a little bit with the Codcaster colors yesterday. We want to make sure it's easy to understand at home. Envy blue, Cloud9 red.
And when you're getting the spawn from Cloud9, you know, the red side of the map where they are, your battle here is to try and fight through, right? You're trying to get set up for the next hard point in Turbine. You see that number 1 on the minimap. It's Aches. Look at that. Forces all the way around the bottom through. Gerald gives his team the spawn on the back.
This is a perfect example, right, of where a kill can make a difference in the game. Aches pushed down that bottom of your minimap. He's the number 1 right now, playing towards Drill. Got a 2-piece, and that forced the Envy spawns out across the map. Aches now on a 4 streak. He just picked up another clutch kill on JCap. That's a start you need to see from the veteran and Patrick Price.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get any time. You get destroyed on the first hard point, but at least you're set up for Turbine. It's the one thing you have to look forward to is you can lock this down. You can get a ton of time. Let's see if they can do it. We're on with Aches, the 4 streak. He's building towards that Trinity and, you know, being the camo player for this team. If he's going to be having solid rounds, solid matches, matches, it's going to go a long way to getting victories here, but not another kill for him. It's Slasher over the top, getting it on the backside. It's going to be Lacefield closing it down. They need him to be a beast.
Most certainly, and I would be pretty comfortable, I think, saying that he's been the most disappointing player so far this weekend for Cloud9. He's been a big reason why in the past they've had chances against top teams. Him and Assault have been that duo. Right now, he's leading his team in objective time. Cloud9 have tied it back up as they're looking to get the full 60 on this Turbine hardpoint.
And he's probably going to get the break here. Yeah, they fly in. Aches drop first on the bottom side of the map. You end up in a 4v3, and they bust through with 20 seconds or so. So for Envy, you get a little bit of time, but you also spawn them out in that trash time that sets Aches and crew up for the next hardpoint. So his death there doesn't hurt him at all.
I think you're fine with this. Cloud9, you were down by 40 seconds. Now at the end of this, you're down by just about 15, and you have control of the spawns for the moment. But as I say that, Apathy trying to be a nuisance towards this backside. He's got a timing opportunity, a pinch now coming in from Ricky. Can Ricky kill him off in these next few moments?
He's trying to find him, taking the long way around. May not get there, but you get a little bit of a split spawn here for Cloud9. Finally, Ricky able to find him. Now the battle's going to be inside Hangar itself. It's Slasher ready to go. Ricky wins a big one in the back. One he maybe shouldn't have won when you have Slasher pre-aimed. That's a solid job from the veteran.
Right now, Cloud9 are out-rotating Envy. It is simple as that. Where their kills are coming in are where they matter. The slang is completely even. But because on rotation, Cloud9 are the first ones there, they're winning the engagements near the spawn. They have themselves this lead. It should be tied up just about going into drill. And here's another example of kills on rotation about to come into play. John will be the first one here for Envy.
So Cloud9 doing a good job getting there first. Envy doing a good job at least getting the late breaks to keep the game tight. But remember yesterday, in that breakout, Cloud9 played great. They were up early, but it was Envy coming back in it. Apathy finally drops after picking up 3 in a row, and now it's on Cap to try and lock down Research here. A couple pushing close. Lines up one, almost gets a bit of a collateral.
And Envy know exactly where to expect Cloud9 to push from. They're going to keep trying to get some pressure towards this observation deck side. John just going to dance right behind this crate. Does get a hit marker on one. JCap there with the trade. Envy now up by about 20 seconds as they look to retake that big lead.
What's frustrating, you know, if you talk about the key rotation here, when you're looking at Turbine to Hangar, that's typically where you're going to get a lot of your time. That's where you have to rotate early. Where Cloud9's actually getting destroyed is on Bridge and now on Drill. The two that you can't get punished and slaughtered like this. They aren't the hills you're supposed to just, destroy the opposition. They're supposed to be a little bit more 50-50. Envy doing an incredible job holding it down here. Cloud9 hasn't been able to pick up a second here at Drill.
And look, Cloud9, they're just trying to stall at this point. Unfortunately, not going to work out at the end of our first rotation. It is Envy up by about 40 seconds. Your kill feed right now has gone a little bit more in favor of Envy, and because of that, the score is currently in control of them. Assault now with the submachine gun on the hard point. Unique scenario for him to be in.
Yeah, trying to stay alive, but the nades come through, and that's 3 kills for the boys in blue. The final one there from App, and they are shut down. So this is going to be utter domination at Bridge again. Remember, it was, what, 40-5 or something like that the first time through. Envy's going to be picking up all this time because, yes, you have the favorable spawns for Turbine if you're Cloud9, but things are starting to get out of control.
And this is where Apathy and John are so good. John now positive. Apathy 15 and 8. Even Slasher now getting involved inside the hard point. Everyone from Envy now in the green when it comes to slaying. They've got their largest lead of the game now, Maven. And this is where Cloud9 have really struggled as a team this weekend. Is when they start to give up a bunch of time like this, they never really retake control. Here's their best spot. We know they did a good job on Turbine first time around. They need to do even better here in this next
That's the problem. Again, you're getting punished at Bridge and Drill. You have to get a perfect hold here or this game's going to be a blowout. If Envy gets an early break, Cloud9 is going to tilt and get slaughtered here throughout the remainder of this game.
And look, Envy, they're going to put a lot into this. Streak comes in. The first blood now for John. He's spotted the second player as well. It looks like everything will collapse onto Cloud9. It's a clean break from Envy. And the taunt gesture comes in. Slasher having himself a good time here on the main stage.
That may be the game. As much as I was talking about Bridge for Envy, that early break there is painful. You're set up early for Cloud9. You did a good job the first rotation through, but you get destroyed, and now you're coming one by one. Assault picks up a couple, but not going to matter, and now they're at risk of just getting dismantled over the final couple moments.
And that push to break that hard point as we wait for the new hill to come into play was perfectly set up by Envy. They waited a few seconds. Yes, Cloud9, they knew they were in a perfect position. Envy 3-stacked the inside warehouse, sent a distraction on the flank, a late pinch from Catwalk. So as everyone from Cloud9 turned around to fight off the 3-man push, the pinch came in from Catwalk, and they got completely destroyed. It's now Envy up by 100 seconds in this game.
You got the setup again, though, at Hangar, but look at this. 2-drop immediately. It's going to be on Lacefield with a lot of pressure.
Late pinch. Lacefield turns around, gets shot in the back by Apathy. It's a 3-1 split twice in a row, and Cloud9 have no answer.
These past 2 breaks from Envy have been beautiful. They break into Turbine like it's nothing. They break into Hangar like it's nothing. And they are looking to just close the game out here. Can they shut it down? Watching Bridge's Apathy. He's backing up Cap, who's on his left. No one's got his rear. That's Ricky coming through. Ricky able to get a kill before Slasher finally picks him up. They can't close it out here, but this has just been a disaster for Cloud9.
Envy now on a combined 6 streak. They're nearly outslaying their opponents by close to 20 kills. And just look, they're just running straight into the guns of Envy now. This is tough to watch. It's about to be a 250 to about 108 game again. Slasher bringing it on out. Obviously, teammates with Aches a couple of years back. They won that Columbus AW Open together, but big note, Ricky 6-17.
And Ricky's been taking some flack. I know you talked about the fact that you saw him and Lacefield kind of getting into it after day 1. They don't seem to be on the same page whatsoever, and it's not going to help things when you go 7-17 here to kick off a must-win series.
Yeah, JCap was trying to wait for his teammates there, a little bit of a different pace that they did go at. And yes, Cloud9, they're getting some time right now, but Envy super close. They've got Camo. They're going to pop it now. The pinch came in from Apathy. GG, 250 to 122.
Oh, I mean, you look pretty, I don't want to say strong from the get-go because they got destroyed at Bridge, but if you're Cloud9, you do solid at Turbine, you then do a pretty good job at Hangar, you're keeping the game close. It's those 2 breaks from Envy back-to-back on Turbine and Hangar that just blew the game open.
Envy continue to look dominant when they need to, and this is a perfect example. Cloud9, basically at this point, because of that map loss, they're getting to a scenario where they just need to win. They just need to win this series and the next series and hope Mindfreak not only lose to Splice, but obviously then lose to Cloud9 later on.
It's tough too, because you can see the look of of Envy right now. They're all smiles. They're feeling good, and that might be the best we've seen them look in Hardpoint. Not that Cloud9's been playing amazing, but they at least had some very, very close games.
Yeah.
Envy just destroyed them there.
John and Apathy took control during points in that map. Everyone got involved on Envy, and that is a great thing to see from this team. They do look much more polished, I will say, compared to back what we saw at Dallas. Across the different game modes, they look good to go. On the side of Cloud9, you're now 0-13, and you've got Search and Destroy on Crusher coming up next.
Well, remember I said yesterday, Aches was going off about, once we get control of the hardpoint, we set up early, we have to play aggressive, hit those cuts. So if you do die, you're able to spawn back with your team. You don't spawn out, you have another chance. But the problem was, Envy was doing such a good job when they got that first pick. They just hit. They went so fast that you're basically spawning up like, oh, God, everyone's flying in. It was beautifully done. I mean, that's what you got to do. Get that first pick and just go in that 4v3 as quickly as you can.
Those are the best breaks we've seen so far this weekend. Those were fully set up Cloud9 team, and Envy broke it not once but twice, one after another, to open up that game. Here's a box score to really take a look at how this game got out of hand. And look at the Bridge hardpoint, the one that's supposed to be even. Technically, Envy beat them on every single hill, but Bridge 79-11.
Well, it was Bridge and Drill through the first side is where it stood out. Obviously, Bridge the second side, they win that as well, but I mean, if you're going to lose a little bit there in Bridge and Drill, you have to, if you're rotating early in your Cloud9, you have to win at Turbine and Hangar. And they did through the first side. Yeah. Second side, it completely flips, and they just get destroyed. But you see the stats there. Lacefield not having a strong game. I mean, Slasher, you probably could have put anybody in there from Envy, really. I mean, they all played amazing.
Slasher's 2 minutes inside the hard point nearly matches all of Cloud9 combined. The guy can get it done. He's quite the versatile player, and boy, oh boy, is he scary on the battlefield. Even scarier in this next game mode in Search and Destroy so far this weekend. He's looked dominant, but I will say Crusher S&D is a map that I've seen Apathy take full command of with that ERAD near that B site.
Yeah, I saw Slasher and Cap going back and forth a little bit yesterday on Twitter, because Slasher's usually the guy that's going to pick up a lot of time. He's your kind of AR that's going to be playing inside the hard point, trying to be set up, L-trigger, picking up kills. But Cap, statistically, coming into today, I think was in the top 5 of hard point time. And I saw Slasher, I guess Slasher said, it's just because of throwback. Throwback, that's where I guess Cap was padding the stats in the objective. But you saw what Slasher could do in that one. 2 minutes in the hard point, getting the kills as well. And they're easy kills in a sense that you just have Cloud9 soaring at you when you're set up behind cover, hard aimed with an AR. He did it perfectly.
And now if you're Cloud9, what do you think about when you're facing Envy on this map? We know John likes to snipe. We know they have a very successful beat pressure that they love to do. How do you react to these certain scenarios? What will be your key to success? Is it going for a 4-man hit flank through the A warehouse? Is it trying to challenge snipe from John? We know Assault's got that incredible long-range AR with that lower sensitivity he plays on. Does it show up now on a map like Crusher?
They need it to, and this is so un-Assault-like, and you see their top 6 respawn KD at Atlanta. You could look at a lot of the major international events, and that's going to be a very similar statistic for him because he's been lights out in respawns. Where did that go? Is the team just that tilted? Are they just what's going on there?
It's a mix of different things. The team itself, Assault maybe not playing up to his true caliber. We know this guy broke out back in Black Ops 3. We know the 1v1 he won against Formal to knock out Optic Gaming on that Stronghold Search and Destroy. It was one of the biggest moments of his career. Now, though, looking very shaky in what's probably, I mean, obviously the biggest league he's ever been involved in before.
And I'm just worried, is it a thing where, you know, there have been in professional sports certainly successful teams where, you know, players aren't best friends. They don't necessarily have to like each other. You put a lot of talent together, it's a job. Yep. They go forward, they win, but I just get the sense that maybe something's off with the chemistry of the Cloud9 team right now. But let's flip to the other side. Look at Envy, and you can see where their success has come. It's been through their hard point, which you just saw them dominate, and also that big 75% win rate in Search and Destroy.
And a lot of that has been led because of the 2 men on your right, Slasher and Apathy. Frost Uplink will be map 3 as well, which we've already seen Envy do quite well on this weekend. Let's get into it, though. It is game number 2 of our best of 5. If you're just tuning in, this is the first weekend of the CWL Global Pro League, the first ever LAN league for competitive Call of Duty. This year is going to continue to ramp up from here. We've got the rest of Stage 1 for the weeks to come. Anaheim, all of Stage 2, and then the Call of Duty World League Championships later on this year. Buckle in, folks. Cloud9 is 0-13 in maps so far this weekend. They're on the verge of 0-5 in their overall series. Can they take their first one here on Crusher Search and Destroy?
And you just feel like maybe, you know, the pressure builds, right? I mean, you can say it. I know it's not the same, but you know when you had your 0-15 experience, it's in Search and Destroy, but is that 0? As the numbers keep mounting, it gets worse and worse and worse. It's just in your brain more and more. Yeah. You got to think that they're fearing, are we not going to win a map? If they can just get one map win, you think maybe that just changes the thought process a little bit where they say, hey guys, we got to win, we can do this.
And this is a great start for Cloud9 in this game. They match Envy right at B. They take the round with ease and they strike first. That's exactly what I want to see from this squad.
Cloud9, aggressive, fast. I mean, that's what you want them to be able to do and what you think they can do when you have players of the caliber, you know, of an Assault, or of an Lace Field that's going to be in your face like that. But they've just been kind of a slow team. They haven't been able to keep up with the pace. But Envy, you think a team they might be able to do it. You saw them do it a bit yesterday. But let's get into round 2. Here we go. The push.
And again,
looks to be they're going to be mashing
a very quick round again because Cloud9 are already pushing through to B. The wall run getting hit. John pre-aiming it. He's now dead. First blood comes into play. Envy know there's someone at this close crate. I'm wondering if they just try to push him right on out. Yeah, they will. 4v2. And now Envy should just fly. Assault going to be pushed out. 2 versus 2 now. Apathy there with the trade. One player by himself. It's Assault. He spotted both and he gets them. Assault pre-aiming the wall run. There's no pinch from Envy. That's a major blunder.
Assault goes huge for this squad, baby, and that's what you need if your Cloud9 lines them up, dials it in, and picks up the 1v2. And that's a round that, you know, you should have won if you're Envy. I think because how aggressive they saw Cloud9 play the previous round, maybe they thought it was coming, because you saw John preempt. He's like, someone's hitting this wall run. They're going to be flying at us. They're prepared for it, get the first blood. John actually picks up the first 2 kills. It collapses.
It's because they all hit the wall run. There was no one to shoot. If maybe they instead send one player on that wall run to follow up the guy near that site, and then they pinch from crates. I think that's an entirely different story. Cloud9 is still going to favor this B site. They do know John has a sniper. Oh,
just barely misses one. Assault still working on that streak, and here they come. They're soaring in. It's Assault by himself again. Another 1v1. Can he get it done? No! The fist to the face! And that's the end of the streak. The smile from Slasher.
What just happened? Imagine if he FTL jumped past him. Slasher with the double punch to the throat.
Oh, that can't happen.
And then he emotes after. Slasher.
Savage.
And I actually don't mind that from Cloud9. They know John is a sniper. Pressure him right away. It's basically like a 3-on-3 there, even after they get first blooded.
And that's a big kill, too, because that's Assault, who was 5-0 at the time.
Yeah, he was 1 kill off streaks.
Yeah, 1 kill off streaks, and you get it done with the fist. Unbelievable stuff there from Slasher and Envy. Now on the board, buddy.
Well, here we go for Envy. Again, staying aggressive as a 4-man push on offense. It's Assault, though, with that N4. I told you this is a map where he's got to go big, and he's doing it right now.
Well, they answer back. Aches actually finds 2. It's now John by his lonesome going up against Assault, and Ricky can't get it done. Cloud9 keeps rolling. 3-1 advantage to them.
So this crazy aggression so far has been working out in favor of Cloud9. Envy running straight at them. Assault getting these first bloods has been perfect. They're just playing it passively, and they're just waiting. Assault's very happy to just let them run straight into his NV4 sights.
Well, let's see if they can keep it going. Remember, they had this is very similar to yesterday. They had, what, a 3-1 lead and a 5-3 lead against Envy on Retail, and the game ended up falling apart. Cloud9 has been plagued by throws throughout the course of the weekend. Can they actually close out a game here, Jack?
They've been spotted. They're going to go for a plant, so they won't be able to fall back in Warehouse and play towards their spawn because it hasn't been stretched. But 4v4, and they're quite spread out. I mean, look at how far back Assault is from the rest of his team.
Lacefield turns, finds one, but the fact that he has to turn his back there, 2 players push from Skybridge, and now it's going to be Aches trying to find the play, able to pick up one in front. You saw one on X-Ray to his left as well. His teammate picks it up, and now it's 4-1.
It's going to happen, baby. It's going to happen. Cloud9. They're finally showing up, and even now, I'm hearing the energy from the stage right there. Through my headset, I can hear them say, there's 2, I need help. Immediately, all the teammates focus towards that side. They pick up the first 2 kills, and from then on out, it's just easy trades.
And that's been something that's been lacking from this team, you know, the confidence, the energy, just kind of getting in the team's head. You know, they're sitting right next to each other in the stage. There's some trash talk that goes on. They need to keep it going. Assault leading the way at 6-1, but really, everybody doing their job right now for Cloud9 has got them out to a big lead.
Assault, he's just going to get a ton of information for his team, and again, look at how Cloud9 are playing this. Immediately sending 3 players on this far flank. Envy have to make a decision here. This could get ugly quick.
And you're Alma JCap, who, you know, he's been having a pretty solid weekend, but he had that 1-8 search and destroy to start the weekend. Now he's got 2. His teammates gunning the first 2 come in for Cap, and now it's Assault. No, you like to be pre-aim back here, buddy, but the Legion's coming, and he will drop.
4-2. Envy get around. Now this is the big one. On defense, what will work for Envy? So far, there hasn't been much. Cloud9 have gone for aggressive pushes at B, and it's worked. They've gone for an aggressive push at A, and it's worked. What does Envy try to bring out in their favor?
And with Lace having a slow game, Reactive not in the mix, but Aches starting out strong. There's been some flack on him being the camo player. Have his uses been good? His camo could be huge. If he can seal around, it may end up putting this away. But if he has a poor use here, that really opens things up for Envy to get back into it.
This is a scenario we're going to see here. If Envy go for this fast push, then Cloud9 will have to either push through the site or go for a very, very fast plant. Assault has been spotted. Do we see Cloud9 push through? No, they're going to play the objective and then probably push towards those back rocks. I do like this setup. Unfortunately for Envy, they're not able to pick up first blood on that quick push.
They're not able to do it, and the plant will get down. Envy now having to work the defuse. First kill comes through. It's a combination of Apathy and John. John actually finds the first 2. Last time he opened with 2 kills, it was a 2v4 that came through for Cloud9. And again, they're leaving it open. It's Patrick Price in the back, but now we've got ourselves a 1v1. It's Lacefield going up against Slasher.
Big thing to point out as well, I think the Centurion, is it still down on the map? I can't exactly tell right now. Slasher should see him right in front of him. Wins the 1-on-1! It's a game-saving 1v1 clutch from Slasher. Not only does he earn the camo, he gets the Scarab, and it's moments like that that could tip the scales in favor of the boys.
And I thought this was going to be a lot like that round 2. Remember, John gets the first 2 kills. Cloud9 clutches up. They almost fed them another round, but they end up getting it done, and it's Slasher gunning Lacefield. Lacefield having a tough series thus far.
Man, that nearly fell apart for Envy. 2 players hit that high wall run, and Aches is just pre-aiming. It basically gets 2 free kills. He nearly turns and snaps onto Slasher.
And Slasher gunned Aches too, because Aches was pre-aimed to watch him in that backhand.
Yes, but now things to remember. Slasher on a streak. He's got himself a Scarab. They also have Centurion, which was used last round by Cloud9 in a round loss from Ricky, as well as now having camo. If you go for a plant here, you can pop the camo if needed. And this could be an easy round win for Envy. How did Cloud9 respond?
There it goes. Slasher with the camo, getting forward. He saw one in the whole party's here. He's able to pick up one. He saw one to the right as well. I don't know if he realizes two are here. Snapped to the corner. Someone should be able to finish it, but it's actually Lacefield going clutch. Another 1v1. Assault up against Apathy. It's close. Oh, no! Right into him.
He FTL jumps straight into Apathy, and it's another one-on-one that goes in favor of Envy. We've now had a Centurion used for no luck for Cloud9. The FTL jump used for no luck for Cloud9. Envy, who were down, what, 4-1 in this game, 4-2 in this game, now it's tied back up.
Maybe he thought he was going to FTL behind him?
I guess.
Not directly into his crosshair?
Yeah.
Oh, 4-4.
Here's the saving grace. Look at the bottom right of your screen, potentially camo here for Aches. He's grabbing that objective as well, and if he goes for a fast plant, he will earn it. So this could actually work out for Cloud9.
And all the pressure, we've talked about how it's been building with him not able to win a map. They were up 4-1, man.
Sorry to cut you off, but every second that goes by, Envy are getting closer and closer to the site. They can go for a retake right now with the reactive armor. They know he's there. The Scarab going in. Ace gets out with his life and does earn the active camo.
And the reactive could come into play here. He gets picked up before he has the chance to use it. Kills traded back and forth. 3 versus 3. They're flying in. Keep on trading. 2v2. Assault and Ricky up against Cap and Slash.
This nade could be so big. Oh, the trophy saves him. He knows Centurion's here. Pops the K-bar as well. 2 versus 1. They just got to spot the last player. Assault versus Slasher again. This time it's Assault with a sliver of health.
These rounds,
oh my God!
These rounds are gonna give me a heart attack, man. How many 1v1s is that now?
Actually might just be your old age.
Yeah, probably. And the lack of a healthy diet. Very, very high in sodium.
Very high in sodium indeed. But no, 5-4 now for Cloud9. We are on the verge of their first map victory. And to take note, they do have the camo to use. Envy, though, with some tools of their own.
So it's Apathy's reactive.
Lacefield about to earn his too.
Versus the camo of Aches, going to be the big one. So Lacefield's got, he's gotten closer. Look how much Lacefield's turned around. He's got some big rounds here to get him back in the mix. I didn't think he was going to even earn his specialist here, Jack.
All right, so Envy will pop the Centurion. Aches will have to try to retake. Do they use the camo to go for it? He could pop it right now. He has been tagged up. He's going to go for it anyway. Aches flying on out. Free kill onto JCap. That's first blood now for Cloud9.
Beautiful!
Fair. Patrick Price making it happen.
Reactive.
It's a 1v4. Cloud9 have done it. And that means the meme doesn't die.
You will still hold the 0-15 crown. But hey, look at the bright side. You get to eat that entire cake, buddy.
No, good work to Cloud9. Happy to see it. They played as a team. Look at the coordination at the end. Everybody getting involved. Cloud9.
Now,
that's 3 days.
That's the thing.
They're on the board.
I am very serious when I'm saying, man, there is a mental thing that happens when you're struggling that much and you can't get that map one, that one win. It builds and builds and builds and builds, and now you finally get that win. It could be a complete mental change here for this team.
Yep.
Don't be surprised if they come out strong in this uplink.
And Envy only have a 50% win rate in uplink so far this weekend. It's the weakest of their 3 game modes. Cloud9. Here's their momentum shift. Now, remember, they need help, too, from other people in their group. And what I mean by that is the Splyce Mindfreak match that's coming up next. They need Splyce to beat Mindfreak. Cloud9 need to win this series, and we will see Cloud9 versus Mindfreak later, which could be the 3rd place decider if it all falls into play.
That would be an absolutely incredible match. On the other reverse of this, if Envy were to win this, then I think if they are able to 3-0 Splyce, they can take the top spot. So definitely a couple different storylines developing over day 3 here as we've kicked off our first weekend of the CWL Global Pro League. We'll be right back with Game 3 after this quick break.
It's time for another G Fuel key player matchup. This time it's between former teammates Slasher and Aches. And look at the difference we have here between these stat lines. Slasher going off throughout the weekend for Envy is a big reason why they find themselves in the top 2 of this group. On the other hand, though, Aches, the veteran leader of this squad, needs to rally his team right now. They need to not only win out this match, but the next one if they want any chance of making it into your top 3. This has been a look at your G Fuel key player matchup.
My greatest MLG moment has to be COD Champs, being Optic at Champs. That was probably like the best feeling I've had in COD. Honestly, it's just like all the fans just booming. That gave us just so much, like, that just made you feel so good, like, because so many people wanted you to fail, and once you like just to overcome that.
We haven't seen this Cloud9 roster be able to get back to that form, but they've at least got the win on the board. Lacefield, though, shout out to him in Game 2. He started very poorly, 2-5, 2-6, somewhere in that ballpark, and then erupted towards the end of the game. Great stuff from him. And also, Aches gets a very good camo use. Now, he took a little bit of flack for the use on Breakout yesterday.
A little bit.
The 2-piece there ends up sealing the game.
Yeah, he gets that first spot on the JCap, immediately turns and gets the second kill as well. Envy just fall apart in the end, and because of that, Cloud9 are on the board, and that puts us in an interesting scenario. We've got Frost Uplink next, and then Retaliation Hardpoint. I think this is a must-win map for Envy, but Retaliation historically has been Cloud9's best hardpoint map as a team.
Yeah, I was shocked when they lost that to Mindfreak. It is without question. Like, Aches was dumbfounded. He's like, we are very good at Retaliation Hardpoint. I have no idea how we lost that. But talking about Frost Uplink, you know, we were looking through the stats coming in from Dallas. I believe of the 4 teams here, Envy was the only team that had won it. And they were 100% through Dallas. The rest of the teams were sitting at 0. Yeah. So not a good statistic if you're Cloud9, but obviously we're a month removed from Dallas.
JCap and crew, you just gave up a map to Cloud9, something that no one in this group has done yet this weekend. Now you're going into Uplink on Frost. I remember watching and listening to the boys of Envy complain about this map at times, most specifically Slasher a few months back. Now they look a little bit better at the game mode. Looking ahead today, though, again, we can't keep talking enough about these scenarios of what must happen for Cloud9 to be able to get even in that 3rd place spot to qualify for so many more events, so many more tournaments. Lacefield is a guy that they need to go big right now, and so far this weekend, his Uplink has been his weakest game mode in his KD department.
But this is the type of map that you expect him to go off. Like, you expect him to have a strong performance. This is an aggressive SMG type player's haven. I mean, whether he's around the K-Bar, the E-Rab, whatever it ends up being, this is where you should go off. I mean, the reason Slasher dreads this map is because, you know, if you're a slower AR, this is your nightmare. Yeah. You're running and gunning at all times, basically, on Frost Uplink. I mean, I'm putting this on Lacefield. If he has a monster game, I think they can take this. If he continues to struggle like he does this weekend, they're in trouble.
Assault and Lacefield. I mean, you look at Assault, who normally wants to be that slower range AR. He's got that slower sensitivity. Can he keep up with the fast-paced play of Apathy on this map? We know the man is an absolute beast this weekend. For many people, I think he's a top 5 player. I'm sure Benson will have a chance to talk about that later on. Where does Apathy sit in the rankings of people currently competing in competitive Call of Duty?
He's been great. A slow start to the year, but he got into a rhythm quickly after Vegas. Basically, since then, he has been absolutely fantastic, putting on MVP-type performances if Envy was able to make a run to a grand final, but we haven't seen them there yet. But I think most of us with Envy this year, have there been some doubters? Sure, but I think we all kind of agreed that they should improve over the course of the year. I remember Karma got interviewed at Dallas. Maybe he can speak to it a little bit on the desk later, but when he was asked, like, who should be the rival, who should be the top 2 team, he's like, it should be Envy. Like, I'm not exactly sure why they haven't gotten to that point yet, but when you look at the talent they have on this team, they should be fighting us at the top.
Let's get it started, baby. Aches with the submachine gun, the player we're watching from that key player matchup we saw earlier. How does he stack up against Slasher here? Already he's pushing right through the sub base. He's going to go for a quick flank towards his crate side.
I love seeing Aches with the sub in hand, man. It brings you back. You're thinking Black Ops 2 and Ghost, the things he could do, specifically early Ghost with the MTAR. He was disgusting. And there we go, early 1-point toss, despite the first 3 kills really coming through there in succession from Envy.
Well.
Not the first 3.
But for the first
3 there.
There you go. The first 3 definitely went to Cloud9. That's how they made that possible. But just like that, where Cloud9 show some life, Envy now look to strike back quite quickly. This should be at least a 1 unless an interception comes into play. He's going to go for the dunk. Nice confidence from John there to put the 2 points on the board.
So just like that, Cloud9's lead disappears in a matter of 10 seconds. This Envy strikes very fast, and we gave them some flack on being that team that gave up counter opportunities several times yesterday. This time, they take advantage of Cloud9. A team kill comes through for Assault onto Lacefield, but it's back to John at mid-map. He's earned a Scarab. He's looking to be a nightmare here inside of Research. Should be coming up behind one. He saw the drone get tossed off. This should be easy pickings in a moment. He lost him for a second, and now he's going to die.
Oh gosh, he was running in circles there for a moment. 3 kills for Cloud9 to drop Envy. And that will give them the opportunity to at least move this drone towards the Robo Bay area. Assault has no help for his teammates. So there he's just got to drop the drone. There, just drop the drone. It's almost like when Assault goes to play the objective, he doesn't really know. It's like, I just need to grab the objective and move it for my team at times. And it's,
what is this thing?
It's like, no, we know we want you to play objective at times when you need it, but instead throw it down, do what you do best, get a couple kills, and then push forward.
Well, we're back to John. Nice shots there. Assault, go ahead and use that cover. Too bad your head still peeking, and John taking advantage. We've got 3 minutes left in the first side here if you just are joining us. Series tied up at 1-1. This is a must-win for Cloud9 if they want to make it into a top 3 spot, earn themselves a spot in Stage 2 and COD Champs.
2 dead now for Envy. Drone in the hands of Lacefield. Now he's got the lead blockers, but he's got to push to this Robo Bay side, and this is basically a big choke point. He could try to settle for a 1 right now. No interception. Nice heads-up play from Lacefield, and he somehow stays alive.
Lacefield doing a solid job. Assault picking up all the kills from behind, and Lacefield keeps on gunning inside. Somebody's got to get the drone. I think it's Apathy back at mid-map. He ends up getting cut down, so there should be drone coming forward. Very good opportunity here for more points unless Slasher can't shut it down. It's actually insane. You haven't gotten another score here. I mean, you got a player in the base, 3 by mid-map. You pick up the first pick on Apathy there by the drone, and then everything falls apart. That just was not a very synchronized move from Cloud9.
Yeah, it's the second time it's happened this game, but at least for them, it is still 2-2. You look at the performance so far from Assault, I question what he would be able to do. 12 kills already, the only player above that 10-kill mark in this game. JCap getting crafty now with this drone, moving it all the way towards his sub-base side, tosses it to his teammate. This could potentially be a score here in the next couple moments for Envy, and it most certainly will. Great lead blocking from JCap.
JCap with a sick 3-piece in the base of Cloud9 feeds them the dunk, and now the 2-point advantage here. Cap keeps going. He's on a 6 streak, buddy.
First time Envy got the dunk, JCap went on a 5 streak. Second time Envy got a dunk, JCap went on another 5 streak there. Even with the drone actually getting thrown to him, he stays alive, earning himself the Trinity Rocket. He should have called him right away. Envy want to put more points on the board in these final 90 seconds of side 1.
The streak up to 8, triple positive. He's destroying right now, buddy.
And there he hovers it, forces the Cloud9 players to stay inside, buys time for his teammate to run that drone in with ease. JCap triple positive, 15 and 5, and Envy have their foot on the gas pedal yet again.
I know he's had a couple poor maps, but man, he has impressed me all weekend long. Cap just seems to never go away. He's been playing forever, and you see there, even though he's getting close to the bombardment, even though he's been going off with the streak, still takes that objective in hand, tries to get points for his team. You see the unselfish side as well.
I know JCap is a big fan of fondue, and last night he went to his favorite fondue place again, maybe giving him the extra energy he needed for
the Melting Pot. It's a delicious restaurant.
See, I think he was there last night for like the 3rd time this weekend, so he's making a play like a beast. There's another piece. JCap is seeing the future.
18 and 6, another 3-piece coming through. Give me a 4th. That's Pat in the back trying to snap into Research.
Okay.
It just keeps on going, baby.
Did he make a pact with Cloud9 to just not kill him on the side? 20 and 6 already. He's on pace for 40+ kills. The 1-point throw. How about some more? Not that time around. Assault's ready for him there.
And it's crazy because you see Assault is 18 and 12. But like where Cap's kills are coming from, they've all been what? From the 50-yard line or basically towards the half of Cloud9. They've all been around Research, in back by construction. His kills have been so valuable for Envy. This is a disgusting first half.
I think the only times JCap has died has been in Research, inside blue. I mean, look at the man there. Not only is he good looking right now in game, but man, he is a dashing, handsome gentleman out of game.
This is it's one of the more impressive halves you'll see in Uplink, what we just saw from Cap, and I'm glad, shout out to Brian Saint doing the observing. You got to see most of that. I mean, it's not hard when you see 3 streak, 4 streak, 5. They just kept popping up. Every life it seemed like he was going off, man.
He's looking for more now. 21 and 8, the first player to earn that payload in this game. And already he's going for a little bit of a unique play towards this outer cliff side.
Trying to line up the nade. There's actually one on the lower wall run. You see him, and he's ready for it. You're not fooling me, Ricky. They tag team him. Him and John able to pick it up. There's another there at the back. Almost wins another. Lacefield, though, getting the better end of it.
And this is actually a pretty good scenario for Cloud9. They clean up Apathy right here. They've got the drone. They can move it through research. Okay, I like the start for them. Now they've just got to watch this outer wall run. It will be JCap the first to challenge. And there goes JCap off the map. Now the one-point throw.
Keep going around the back. It's up, it's away, it's good. Nice toss getting on the board for Cloud9, but they're going to need a good bit of dominance, right? There was a solid 2-3 minutes there where Envy just had complete control. That's where they got most of their points on the board. When's that going to come for Cloud9? Because it's going to be tough if you're going to chip it away with a one-pointer every 60 seconds.
Yeah, but there's enough time. There still is 4 minutes left. Envy are actually doing a smart thing here. And they know how much research control Cloud9 have, or not research control, sorry, sub-bay control they have. And we're just grabbing the drone and forcing them out of that inside area. Make them push towards this cliff side. Make them try to settle for a 1. It's buying them time, too, to come off spawn.
Well, they picked up a couple out here, but they still are going to have another wave to go through as the spawners coming in from Envy. The first kill does come through for Lace, and he needs to dominate in here like we saw JCap too. He has to be a maniac inside around research for them to get some good runs going. I think one just went over the top of him. Yeah, he'll be shot from behind. That's Cap hitting that outer wall run again.
Envy had a good chance there to actually grab that drone and get control of it again, but John was going for the low wall run and fell off the map. I do want to say something though. JCap was 20-7 earlier. Aches is 7-20 right now. Just made note of that. Wasn't really looking at where Aches was on this one.
And think about it. You had Ricky have that horrendous game 1. Now you have Aches doing it in game 3. It's like you can't just get a full man assault from this team right now.
Yeah. And still the positioning so good for Envy. JCap pops an overdrive. Thankfully, Ricky is there with the ERAD, and he stops that push at its track.
That could be huge. You know how good that's been for them. JCap with a nice overdrive play to get them into an overtime yesterday. He's not going to have it down the stretch necessarily, so this is going to maybe be a silver lining for Cloud9. But everybody dropping there. 3 kills coming in the kill feed for Envy, and they'll regain control mid-map.
Aches wondering where this drone is being pushed. It will be another RoboBay play. Here's the thing though, Slasher's got camo. He's gonna pop it. This could be the dagger in the game. The dunk goes in 9-3, and the kill after. Active camo is so good.
Yeah, not only do you get the dunk, you get the 2 kills there as well. Slasher continues to be electrifying this weekend, sitting at 27-19. I mean, think about it. As much as Cap was going off in that first half, how incredible it looked, just 3-piece after 3-piece, streak after streak. Slasher's right there with him.
Most certainly is, and we talked about Slasher versus Aches prior to this. Look at the difference on the scoreboard. Slasher's on pace for almost 4 times Aches' kills in this game if he can keep staying hot in this one. Aches now 8-24, triple negative.
And it's got to feel good if you're Slasher. You know, those two bumped heads a lot when they were on the team. You know, if you've watched Aches stream or listened to any of their scrims, maybe through JCap's POV back when they were on that Envy roster, these two don't have a lot of love for each other, so this has got to feel great for Slasher.
Envy really have figured out this game mode for themselves, though. They weren't comfortable with it for a bit, and now they have their idea of how they like to score, where they need to push. Good interception from Cloud9, but from here on out, they have to have a perfect game even. They're down by 3 possessions. There's 90 seconds left. Thankfully, they do have some payloads to work with. Let's see what they can do.
Well, this is the terrible thing about it, right? You already saw the camo dunk from Slasher. Aches isn't even in the realm of getting his camo. I mean, he would have to do something insane over the final 60. It's not happening. No. So he's not going to get that camo. How are you supposed to win an uplink when you're not even earning a camo?
This is another example of what we've been talking about this weekend. Is Aches the right player to use camo on for this Cloud9 team?
Especially on a map like this where, like, I mean, there's not a lot of you know, brains that go into it. It's a small map. You get on that third, pop it, and you've got a dunk. It's a very, very small map. You just want somebody that's going to at least get it for you. Certainly hurting them right now, but it's Ricky trying to fly forward. The first dunk will be here. They have to win back at mid-map, but nobody's there. They're all coming off spawn. So this need to make sure they don't get countered quickly by Envy. Nice win from Ricky.
That's actually a big win from Ricky because he's going to keep control of the sub-base side. Teammates winning gunfights in middle map. Now Ricky needs to stay alive just a little bit longer, buy some time for his team. That's a big 1v1 win. A second one now about the challenge. He's already tagged up. There's the trade. Another dunk for Cloud9, 9-7 with 20 seconds left.
Here we go. Can they get it done? They got to get back to mid-map, get the drone.
But no camo. Imagine if they had camo.
If they had camo, you might be able to tie this and push it to OT, but Aches dead again. Ricky down as well. Assault falls. 7 seconds left, and this one's in the books.
Slasher gets a dunk with active camo. Envy get 2 more points because of it. Aches never earns camo and can't answer in the end. Envy now 1 map away from beating Cloud9.
Now, is that everything, the camo? I mean, when it's this close of a game and you see the difference between Slasher and Aches, I mean, I'm glad we used that as a key player matchup because that alone can define that game. I mean, it really can.
Yep. Saw the emote there at the end again. Envy look quite good in Frost Uplink. I talked about it, and look at Aches shaking his head right there. Frustrating map for him. He's got to bounce back now. Retaliation Hardpoint, because this has been one of Cloud9's better maps, because it's been one of Aches' better Hardpoint maps.
Oh, absolutely. You can think back to Vegas where they had some big wins, I think, over Rise Nation. They had some crazy wins. That tournament, Rise obviously ended up taking Vegas, but this is a very, very winnable map, and I know Cloud9 has been bad just all weekend. They have not looked good. They've had flashes of brilliance, but not consistently, but they can win this. The question is, though, if you're Aches and you're coming off that type of map and your team's been tilting all weekend, can you rebound? Is the mental toughness there? You got to hope for someone that's been playing as long as he has. It is.
But not only that, they've also already been slaughtered by Envy in Hardpoint this series, getting beaten on all 4 hills of that Scorch Hardpoint. Here's your breakdown of that Frost Uplink, and side 2, it was all Cloud9, but in the end, look at Apathy. 4 points on the board. When he's struggling in the kills, at least he gets some of the objective done.
Yeah, and you think that'd be a map where he would be going off, right?
Yeah.
That's a kind of built for his type of play, but God, JCap and Slasher, really it was the ARs on either team that were finding the kills, right? Assault goes big, I mean, big for a whole lot of not, but he does put up a lot of kills. Same with Slasher, but the MVP of that game, it just happened in the first half. It had to be JCap. He was incredible. Slasher right there with him.
I'm ready to get into this game number 4. The players, I think, are getting on through with the rig draft right now. We hope you're enjoying the coverage of the CWL Global Pro League Red Group here in Stage 1. So far, Mindfreak have been so close, but it's just not gone in their favor on a lot of round 11s and a lot of close hard points. Splyce have really looked untouchable, making a case for why they're not only the best in Europe, but potentially one of the best in the world.
Man, you've been great today. I love casting with you, birthday boy.
Come here, give me a hug.
Come on.
Give me a hug.
Hopefully that's not on camera.
I don't think it is.
Okay, that's all right. Good. We just hugged and no one saw it, but the desk. TP's shaking his head. TP, you're just jealous that you...
He really is. You know, I'm so sick of it. You know, oh, look at me, I'm TP. I won some COD championships. I'm super jacked now. I've got a loving wife. My life is fantastic. I'm sorry.
It's crazy how different his life is from Momo's.
From mine, too.
Oh, yeah, yours, too. Yours, too.
Oh, man. And then Damon's just sitting there.
Yeah,
you know,
shout out to Damon, by the way. You know,
we've done a great job.
We've talked about it a lot, but we're excited to have the players being involved in our Thursday pre-show called Hot Mic, and also coming in each week on the desk.
Yeah.
I think Karma's been brilliant. You know, it's nice to hear we can break down as many stats and watch as much gameplay as we want, but. And even with TP, like TP, yeah, obviously, I mean, he has played in everything, one of the best players all time, but having guys here that are currently playing in Stage 1, it's awesome, man.
And here's the awesome thing, right, for the current pro players that are on that desk. Damon can literally say anything. Karma can say anything and be completely wrong with it. He can make up something about the game and how it plays.
Sounds like Mr.
And everyone will be like, yep. No, that's smart. I've never thought of it that way. I never thought of 4 people jumping off the map and search and destroy to give the other team a free round win in the first round of a game, but if Damon says it, it's a new strategy.
I'd believe it. I'd believe it. But the rig draft underway as we're getting ready to head into Retaliation Hardpoint. Oh, Cloud9 needs to do it here. You know, over the course of the year, they've been very good at it. I think it was 50-50 or so at Dallas, but coming into this, how do you... I would love to hear from TP right now, you know, if he's had a map like this where you got slaughtered, right? You just got thumped, abysmal game. You triple negative and you have to go into the next map. What's that like? You know, how you feeling? Are you sidetracked? Are you just focused on the next game? I'm kidding, TP probably never had a game like that.
He hasn't. But no, I do want to mention as well, this is a very streak-heavy map for Envy. In the times they've played it this year, this is one where typically they'll get themselves some score streaks, use it in that top bridge side, make it something that can give them the extra push to win the map. We're going into game number 4. The first time Cloud9 have found themselves at this point in a series this weekend, playing this second hard point. Let's see if they have better luck than the first time around.
And remember, this is an Envy team that changed some things up on this particular hard point. Day 1, we saw them going with a 2-2 split with K-Bars and NV4s. John was running an NV4. Talked to him after day 1. He's like, no, we're switching this up. I'm going to be using a K-Bar more throughout this. So the first hard point, ignore everything I'm saying because you're going to see K-Bars pretty much everywhere on bridge. Yeah. But throughout the course of this, we should see John running more K-Bar. but maybe an advantage to Cloud9 when you're going through some changes for your team and team comp in a particular map and mode.
Salt, 33 kills in the uplink, even though Cloud9 did lose. Can he match that here in hardpoint? He's getting pressured already from Apathy. He'll just back on up, wait for the play to come on in, and oh, some shaky shots there. We'll give the advantage to Envy off the break.
Yeah, not the fight you want to have with an NV4. Apathy pushes him immediately, and now it is Cap inside after John finds Suzu. John actually starts off with the K-bar. We'll see hhim with that, and he's 3-0, trying to find a fourth, but 2 players there in Assault and Aches able to take him down.
Nice challenge there by Aches to at least tag up JCap for the moment. The rest of his team should follow suit. And now Cloud9 will get their first seconds on the board.
Yeah, they've been punished here at Bridge. You know, you like to play this hopefully as 50-50 as you can, but it was all Envy early. Can they bring it back here and at least make this a respectable first hard point? We're going to be transitioning now to lower street, but if you're new to watching competitive Call of Duty, it's your 3rd and 4th hard points that are going to be your real money hills. We can really string together a lot of time and take control of the game. Who's going to get the big edge first?
Ricky just trying to stay alive in this lower street hard point, but little does he know he's about to get peeked from top. Steps there, he's just bouncing back and forth. 2 veteran players here in the one-on-one. Ricky gets the better of JCap.
It was a nice win, but there's more Envy players there to back him up. They try to get control of Plat as well, but Apathy not able to do it. John now waiting for the push from Scaffolding. There's one, tries to snap onto the second, but Assault there with the NV4 to shut him down.
From Assault, I never move from this position.
Oh,
he's on a 4 streak, now 6-2. Sitting top Plat is just free pickings for him. Basically, go ahead, challenge him, see what you can do. Ricky spots at least one inside, and again, Envy struggling to get Plat control. Cloud9 showing some life.
Yeah, and JCap struggling to find a kill right now. Starting off 0-5 after the brilliant performance in the last game. You see Aches starting off a little bit better. If you get a change in fortune here from both these players, maybe you give the edge to Cloud9. Now, first to break the 50-point mark. We're now going to rotate out to the first team in Graveyard. Watching Curb is going to be Assault. He's set up, and he wins 2 big ones. Aches wins 1 inside the hard point. He's now 50 off the bombardment. Can Assault keep it going?
And this is where John, for Envy, as I talked about this hill and the broken hill, when they get spawned out like this, he doesn't even know if they'll ever break back in. Assault now 11-3, fully streaked out. Cloud9 are looking to really run away with this game here, Maven. This would be a minute-plus lead.
They're opening the doors, and Assault you saw fully streaked out, and this is the map. You know, Clayster have said, if you have streaks and you're going to a close game in that final bridge, you should never lose the game. They're too influential on what you can do to the spawns and clearing people out of the hard point. So he's got those in his back pocket. So if you're Envy, you got to hope here maybe you put them in a position where you force him to use those early.
JCap 1-7. He's got his most important kills about to come in towards his back broken side. Aches the first challenge. No, if you are JCap, you must win that fight every single time.
Aches getting the better of them, sitting at 8-8, but winning the key gunfight now to give them control. So they get the most time there in Grave. They're now set up and broken as well. This is beautiful stuff, and Assault has been shooting lasers, but as he is the first pick, where does the spawn come in from him? Surely he's spawning out God all the way over in Grave. He's going to have to hightail it over, so it's going to fall to Aches and Lacefield to try and get it done. It's actually Ricky still surviving inside the hard point.
Apathy's taken so long to go for the cross. Now he's going to try to play the cutoff towards this bridge side, and I do actually like this. Let his teammates play for the back. Apathy now going to go ahead and pinch right on in. Streaks now coming into play.
Ricky!
Ricky goes big inside the hard point, drops to 1 shot, but either way, Cloud9 now up by 70 seconds.
Ricky having some big kills. It was him and Aches really that found some key ones to set up this hard point and also keep the time going. They're going to be looking at a 100-point lead if they can get the rest here. Jack, this is the Cloud9 we expect to see on Retaliation.
Finally, baby, their best game mode in Retaliation hardpoint. They're showing it here. The big difference, Assault has been untouched. All 4 players positive. They're playing the roles they need to. This is the Cloud9 we've wanted to see all weekend.
Up and over the doorway goes
Bye-bye.
Lacefield as he takes another. Now, we're into Hotel Hallway. He's going to use a bit of cover here as he's peeking the corner. Assault's got him covered there from Bar as the time continues to go. The time continues to rack. Woo! And Cloud9 looking poised to push a Game 5 if they can keep it going.
It will be the first Game 5 of the CWL Global Pro League. And I know everybody online wants to see it. They were begging for close games today, and it looks like Cloud9 have heard your prayers. It's almost a 2-minute lead. Envy are getting decimated on Retaliation.
Assault still has the Scorchers and the Trinity to work with. If needed, tries to peek in, but it's Slasher finding a couple to open things up. Ricky looking to bounce back there, but Slasher, all 3 entry kills, but the damage has been done from Cloud9.
Yes.
You've only got 15 seconds left here. I think it's JCap already set up on bridge here as we're going to head to the next set of rotations. Can Envy get a perfect hold here at Bridge? I mean, you got the streaks from Assault if you really want to use them now.
Yep, you've got everything you want to have. You've got payloads ready to go. You have the early rotation. Scarab now coming out as well. Cloud9 are fully set up for this. They're going to break the 200-second mark on this hardpoint, Maven.
They're set up beautifully. Slasher trying to peek the edge, close range with the NV4, but it's Assault flying in, K-Bar in hand as he's picking up the tempo too. Has the FTL to work with, flanking behind one. Beautiful communication right now from Cloud9 as they continue to put time on the scoreboard. The 200-point mark has been hit.
Where has this been? What happened? Is it just this map? Is this all they practiced?
It's Cloud9's year, man.
Is this really all they played?
In a nutshell.
There, Assault still staying alive. He's putting himself in great positions throughout this entire map. There's a challenge, bye-bye. Apathy, he'll get killed right on off, probably immediately after. Thankfully, Slasher came for help. 216 to 79, and look at the rotation again. Cloud9 already have bodies towards this lower.
And you gotta love to see a stat line like Lacefield's. He's 9-8 with 90 seconds in the hard point. He only has 17 engagements because his team has been doing such a good job of picking up the kills at the cutoffs, not allowing them to even challenge him at the hard point.
It's just selfless play right now. Assault, he's back at Plat. This is what really started him on this monster game. It's what earned him streaks early on, and he still has the Trinity. He still has a Scorcher to use. He hasn't popped FTL jump yet either. Envy are getting destroyed. They might join the 100-point club.
It looks like they will. Seconds ticking away. 10 more needed for Cloud9. Envy, one more pull here, but the streaks are coming in to keep them out. Lacefield's finding the hills outside, and let's get it, baby. Game 5.
My God. We are going to a Game 5, and throughout the weekend, it has been our analysts shaking their heads saying, what is wrong with Cloud9? Disagreeing with the plays. Now they are shaking their head in disbelief. Do not forget, Cloud9 win this series. Mindfreak, if they lose to Splyce, these two teams will battle later on. Cloud9 would have their destiny in their own hands.
Wouldn't that be just like typical Cloud9 form? Oh, we looked a horrible weekend, but we're going to do just enough to secure a spot, in Stage 2, in Anaheim pool play, in the Call of Duty World Championship for 2017. No one's frowning. No one looks like they're about to cry. Assault's on his feet. Cloud9.
I'm doing the Merc hand gesture when he gets excited because guess what? We're finally seeing a Game 5. Cloud9 have already beaten Envy in S&D in this series. Folks, get right now on social media. Hashtag CWL Pro League. Get everyone you know in here, okay? Turn this on if you're at Mass right now. If it's Sunday, celebrate what is going on here in the Global Pro League. We are going to go to a very quick break. When we come back, the final game of this series.
3 days of competition have got us this point, buddy, and this is our first Game 5 of the weekend. Cloud9, Envy. Here we go.
I am excited. Finally, we have made it this far, Maven. This is going to be an absolute pleasure again. I know a lot of people are buzzing about it right now on social media. We have to keep repeating what this means because a lot of people, double round robin can get confusing. I'm not a smart man. It confused me a little bit, but we're going to help you out right here. It's pretty simple. Mindfreak are currently 1-3. Cloud9 are currently 0-4. Cloud9 win this series, they will be 1-4. Mindfreak are about to play Splyce after this. If they lose that series, they will also be 1-4. Immediately after that match, it will be Mindfreak versus Cloud9. Both teams at 1-4. Winner of that gets 3rd place. Loser of that is in 4th. There you go. I almost confused myself at the end.
They're in 6th place. I was where are you going with that? But if you took a look at that, if you watched the game too, that was one of the more entertaining search and destroy. So many 1v1. But let's look at the game 4 retaliation hardpoint. What stands out for you the most? Is it Assault?
Oh, I mean, Assault 2.89 KD on that map, but 33 kills in the uplink as well. He's wheeling right now. He's going off. Can he keep it going in this Game 5?
It's exactly what we talked about. You know, when they showed the stats earlier for Assault, we looked at it, we're like, this is so uncharacteristic of him to be so poor in respawn. That's exactly what we're talking about. Those games 3 and 4 where he just crushes.
If I had to make a sports reference like Mr. X does, this is kind of like the Warriors having a 3-1 lead in the grand finals, the NBA finals, and throwing it away to the Cavaliers, right?
No, I don't even, what?
That happened, right?
That did happen, but what does that compare to here?
I don't know, I wanted to make a sports reference, give me a break!
Hey, the reference was correct, the comparison to this series was not, but Jack, we still love you, buddy. There you see Assault.
I mean, Aches is like LeBron. I'm gonna get destroyed on Twitter for that one.
Yeah, that was one of the dumber things I've ever seen.
I'm gonna get absolutely destroyed.
That was.
Oh well.
That was stupid.
It's fine. I'm so happy we have a Game 5. I saw Zuma tweets. Man, finally we got a Game 5 this weekend. It's what we all want. I mean, we know the competition in this group, and we've gotten to this point. Here are your rigs for Search and Destroy on Throwback. Maven, I haven't asked you a lot for your predictions this weekend. Give me your predictions for this one. Does Cloud9 take their first series?
Cloud9 wins this Game 5.
Really?
They're going to win this Game 5. I think Assault's actually going to be the one that just goes off. I mean, he has to have so much confidence right now with how those games 3 and 4 went. Going to Throwback, you know, at range with an MV4, you can be so deadly if you're playing back Boss, maybe playing back Lemon. I think he's going to be. Disgusting here. I expect him to do some sick stuff.
I got Envy winning 6-2. John will be the difference maker, whether it's with the sniper or the K-bar in middle map. Best of luck to you in your prediction, Maven. Best of luck in Cloud9, to Cloud9, not in Cloud9, for their chance to win their first 5-game series. Oh my goodness, this is what it's all about, folks. This is the CWL Global Pro League Stage 1, presented by the PS4. If you're sad this is the last day of Call of Duty action for this weekend, then tune in next week because we've got more. And if you're sad that next week is only 3 days, then you got the week after that, then we take a week break, and then the week after that.
It's amazing. I mean, we're going to be doing a lot of traveling, a lot of casting. It's fun to be into the, the heart of the 2017 CWL season. Over $3 million on the line over the course of the next?
Oh yeah, just from here on out, yeah.
Course of overall, next 3 months? Yeah.
Overall, it's $4 million this year.
Oh yeah. I mean, like just in the next couple, 3 months, man. So much money. You got these young guys playing for their futures here. Let's get it. Game 5, we're kicking off with a hot hand himself. It's Assault.
I could have told you he's going to go right towards this bus side, play from this area with the NV4. You can see NV players playing towards middle map. They've got to have an idea of how their opponents play. I mean, they've all been in the venue the whole weekend, right? They've spotted each other out at this point. No one peeking at to get first blooded. There it is. Lacefield shuts down John.
Yeah, Lacefield, I mean, he's going to be playing up close with that ERAD. Assault at range. These two going to be so crucial. And then filling in the gaps, it's going to be on Aches and Ricky. They're the two that are going to need to come up clutch in a lot of these late round situations. But here we have it. 3v2 advantage for Cloud9. Watching Slasher, him and Cap, trying to get back in this round 1. An opening pick here to even things up at 2-2 will prove crucial.
I mean, if I want any two alive in this 2v3, it is Slasher and J-Cap.
There it is.
Now cut down. 2v2, and just like that, the advantage is gone for Cloud9, but Ricky evens it back out.
Ricky wins a big one. Slasher, opportunity to turn this into a 1v1. You see the other player on the minimap, Ricky, trying to get to him immediately. Make sure if he drops, he's there to trade it out. Slasher now wrapping around the back, shooting lasers. Second one pushing. A Mantle catches him there. Oh, he is not happy with the movement there. That's going to hurt.
Ricky. Last year in Stage 1 of the CWL was one of the best players in Search and Destroy. Right there is the round you needed from him. He's been quiet at times this weekend. They're showing up big time.
You think he doesn't land on that like little track if he's able to get in a window?
I think he's
or get behind the boxes at least.
Away. I mean, you kind of saw Slasher panic right there, hip firing a little bit with the NV4. Then he mantles. Yeah, just didn't feel comfortable in that scenario. Cloud9 strike first.
And Ricky starts out 3-0 as well. Picking them all up in round 1. Now let's see. So you see JCap in a similar position to where Assault was playing with that NV4 looking over. You know, and Cap said he's not super comfortable with that NV4 at times. He told John he doesn't think he can't shoot straight with it, even though it's a laser beam.
Yeah, and look, already.
Another first blood for Lacefield.
Come in. Lacefield now 2 first bloods in this game.
So if he can get the better of Apathy here at mid-map, I mean, that's going to be huge.
I was worried about what John was going to be able to do here. Now it's Apathy with this ERAD waiting for this top ticket window push. Does he know there's a player there? I mean, they've got to be so paranoid about Lacefield right now. And Apathy's just a sitting duck in mid-train. He's going to be dead here momentarily.
And there he gets tagged up from behind. That's Aches finding it now. Another 3v2 for Cloud9. They keep holding this man advantage. Now it's JCap by himself. What can the two-time champ do? Inside a window, looking to make a play. Doesn't have any help this time. Might be able to spot one. First gun fight, not going to go his way. 2-0, Cloud9.
Cloud9 have played this Search and Destroy so well so far. When they get the first blood, nobody panics. They stay in formation. They use the advantage they have. Look again, in the top right. Another assist coming in on your final kill cam. They're continuing to make sure if they have a number advantage, they trade efficiently.
And that's, I mean, it's all about man advantage in Search, right? It's all about that first blood. And so far, it's back-to-back for Lacefield. Can we actually go over to Lace? I want to see what he's doing to open the game. Because he found the opening kill here by Trax. Can he do it again? Here it comes. 3 in a row for Lacefield.
Another
the first
one.
Blood King, make it 2.
Send everybody at him. Go for it. Lacefield's going to beat you. He's got the laser sight as well there. Okay. And a little bit eager, and just because of that, JCap can even things back out.
Cap answers back. I mean, this was a 4v2 momentarily for Cloud9, not a round that you want to lose. There's a bit of a pinch opportunity here. It's actually Assault going to be in the back. I don't know where players are. 23 seconds to work with. They have to work the defuse. And Assault's able to win one. He wins the second. Oh, he wins the second.
Envy players line up for Assault. It reminds me of the Crusher Search and Destroy.
I got to see this.
JCap weakens him. Slasher's not ready. Assault punishes Envy.
It's identical, right?
Yeah.
If you're thinking about Crusher.
Slasher was the one to die in that as well.
Oh my God, that cannot happen. Ice in Assault's veins. Cloud9 keeps rolling in game 5.
And think, Assault clutches that one. Lacefield getting the kills in the middle map. Everything falling into place for Cloud9.
Can we go back to Lacefield?
They've
Honestly,
got a 3-round lead.
He's got 3 first bloods in a row. Let's see if he can keep this streak going. I mean, he's been finding all of them. They're playing a bit more of a passive defense here around the back. Maybe thought the flank was coming through, so he's not going to be in an aggressive position. But I mean, as long as he keeps picking up these entries.
Can we also spot John really quickly? Is he using a sniper in this game? No. Okay, I was wondering if Envy were playing slow to see if they could get John with the pick to slow down the pace. But no, he will spot out Lacefield. Envy are just slowly pushing towards this lower street site. And again, Slasher going to be the key playmaker.
They've been waiting for this flank the entire time, though. I mean, Cloud9's been playing slow. You got to think they're going to be ready for this. If he pushes through the back, they aren't. He's able to find the opening kill onto Aches. Tries to get away with his life, able to do so now. Assault by himself. What was the defensive plan there from Cloud9? It was a little bit awkward, right? You had one player sitting down on rails, or sorry, I think on the plat there, hiding in the corner, and then everybody else was playing back behind, kind of back barn, back building. Were they expecting a flank? Well,
I think it's pretty simple. Cloud9 played with no confidence in that round.
I mean, Assault, unleash him.
They don't demand any map control. They don't go for it. They don't take control of it. And because of that, Envy get all the time in the world to play mind games with them. Cloud9, when they're expecting the flank, it comes about 20 seconds later, and because of that, Aches gets shot in the back.
Well, that's the first blood for Envy. Comes from Slasher. So far, 100% of the rounds here going to the team that picks up that first kill. It looks like they're not going mid anymore. Lacefield's got those opening kills every time. They're like, we're not doing it. We're not going to push him. Now he's going to be worried about the flank. We'll swap over to Assault here on the back line.
I wonder if there's a similar time breakdown in this round where they worry about the flank now, and then about 20 seconds later it comes. Doesn't look like anything as of yet, as Envy have begun to force stack towards his site. Scarab gets used, so Slasher knows there is one on this close left corner.
All right, so you've got Ricky and Slasher playing on these close corners for their team, but it's a nade coming from Ricky.
He just died to that nade because his teammate's grenade accidentally made him one shot.
Oh my God, a blunder you can't have happen. Another first blood going to Cloud9. Bomb going to be planted. Now on Apathy and crew to try and come up clutch. What are you guys watching? No one's looking. Maybe it's Assault that should be over the top, but Lacefield still alive. After Apathy finds 3, he's got himself into a 1v2. Checks the bomb. Sees there's nobody home. Hiding in this close corner. They're both behind. They hunt the wrong direction. And now Lacefield maybe in a spot to come up clutch. He peeks. Oh, doesn't finish the kill. Now he's in trouble. They can fly at him, and he's down. Round Envy.
The scenario of that round was Envy, they make a blunder by nading their teammates, and Cloud9 goes, wait, hold my drink.
What?
Let me show you what I can do better. Let's just not watch middle map and sidewalk push it all.
Was it a thing where, I bet it was a timing for Assault. Assault had to have looked kind of back lemon, peek that for a second. The second he does it, they push close. I don't know what else it could be.
Otherwise, I think he was watching their back bowling flank.
Well, okay, so he was looking bowling. He was probably trying to watch both, right? Head on a swivel, and it was just an awkward timing. They were able to sneak through.
Push out of that top ticket area, immediately runs down from ticket, and I think they just had 2 bad timings, and Apathy snaps for the 3-piece, potential top 5 play material right there.
Disgusting stuff from Apathy, and now they are looking to climb back into this one, only trailing by a round. John gonna be here at mid-map. 2 players getting aggressive. They wrap the corner, not gonna be able to take both. It's Ricky finding the opening kill. Can Cloud9 keep the rhythm?
And John's almost playing that scenario like he has someone watching over him there from this top ticket area, and there's nobody. So John's going to keep getting overwhelmed in the middle map. They've done that every single round. Ricky and Lacefield, they hit it, they win the gunfight.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
And especially with like an if you have an E-Rad there, maybe you can pick up a really quick kill, but no chance there.
Look at how low this timer's getting. 22 seconds left. It's now a 3-on-3. Assault trying to push on through. Slasher and Apathy by themselves. No one near the bomb yet for Cloud9. He spotted Aches as well. This round is slowly turning into Envy's favor. Apathy one-on-one. He's gonna buy time. Still wins the gunfight. Apathy is snapping right now.
That is back-to-back rounds.
What was taking Cloud9 so long?
Apathy goes dad mode and just destroys Cloud9. My God, Jack.
This reminds me so much of that Game 2 Search and Destroy. But what was the difference in that Game 2? The payload abilities coming into play. What do we have right now? Ricky with the Centurion. Look at JCap and Apathy and Slasher all very close. On the other side, Assault and Lacefield with the same fortune.
And again, dude, I know I keep bringing it up, and I'm sorry, Aches, but he's 1-5. Slasher is, what, a kill or 2 away, a plant defuse, like so close to picking up that camo. Aches was the one that clutched up and won the game with the camo. He may not even get there.
JCap now with the first blood. The challenge coming in from Lacefield. He's been the difference maker so far in this game. Unfortunately, only 1 to his name in this round. And just like that, it's Assault by himself. Oh! It's John right off the site.
Those are disgusting shots. And now a chance for a second 1v2. Saw him over the top, just trying to get away. He just has to defend. He has overdrive too. So if he feels the need to check this quickly,
he can pop it and
he can.
The site.
He doesn't need to.
15 seconds left.
Check it yet. The timing doesn't work out for him. Can he get there? 11.
FTL jump! He gets it! The bomb in time! A great use of that payload. He will get the defuse. JCap showing why he's one of the longest standing veterans in competitive Call of Duty.
These searches are sick. Both of these have been insane, man. The number of 1v1s we've had. Assault, a chance to clutch his second 1v2, but that's K-Bar on NV4. You're winning that every single time.
Does not even hesitate. You see it right at the end there. Pop it, get there in time.
And maybe he could have got it without it, but no. Make the play. Make sure you're going to get it 100%.
They've already had one very close to on that site for Envy this weekend. Now 4 straight rounds for the boys in blue. They've fully taken control of this game. And look at Envy. They're changing things up. They're going for a very fast B plan.
And he's going to get his reactive armor here. Let's see how this develops. They've got complete control of the site. John Trying to wrap around to the back. You know, Clay them actually call this the J-cap spot, back in the actual corner to the right. I thought that was interesting.
John now taking a page out of his book. There goes Ricky. Cloud9 are falling apart when they need to clutch up. Reactive armor ready for Lacefield. He's not going to pop it as of yet. Still a 3-on-2, but there's Slasher with the angle in that J-cap spot you mentioned. Aches by himself should just jump off the back of the map.
Yeah, he needs. Maybe he's thinking if I can get a couple kills, I can get towards camo or something.
1 and 7. I mean, yeah, I would love to see the stats on the camo players in the other S&Ds between Aches and the other 3 that played this weekend to see who got camo the most.
Don't worry, I can tell you about it on the analysis desk next weekend.
There you go. Savage.
Oh, it's got to be frustrating. He's just had two really, really rough games, but this is where, I mean, he's going to have to rely on the youth of this team, the studs on this roster to kind of carry him to victory in this game 5. But Envy now a round away. And it was, what, was it 3-0?
Yes, no. Yes. Oh, God. 3-0 round count lead. 3 first bloods from Lacefield. They've taken mid-map control again. Envy not letting Cloud9 just push the B site. They still send a player there, show them the respect they deserve, make sure they don't just get a free plant. But now what do Cloud9 do from here? Aches apparently has the answer. It's a first blood from him.
That's a big kill for Aches. Able to find the opening. Lacefield continuing to just jiggle and peek towards mid-map, see what he can find. Slasher, though, already has this camo. Does he have the potential to make a hero play down the stretch? It's 3v4 for Envy. 40 seconds on the clock. You can see how high stress this is right now.
And look, Slasher's reading this like a book. Slasher's reading this like a book, but he peeks out. He runs straight out of the open. He doesn't even shoulder peek.
How's he alive? How is he alive? You cannot let him get a kill there. He's able to at least tag one up. Apathy tries to get in, not able to do so. Now J-Cap in a 1 versus 3.
This timing could work out perfectly.
He's able to catch.
He could actually pick the player right off the bomb. Oh,
no. No angle with the box there. He does get 1, though. Maybe if he was able to snap on a second kill before he slid across, really give himself a good chance. But still, in a 1 versus 2, has a good gun at range to make this possible.
Wow. Look at this route he's taking as well. So he started this run at 34 seconds. Already, it's taken 10 seconds off the clock.
Not going to have another FTL to save him this time. He's trying to get there.
15 seconds off the clock.
Does he have the time to do it?
20 seconds off the clock.
Now they're starting to suspect it. I mean, it's got to be kind of obvious how much time has gone by, and they're ready for it. Aches gets another kill, and you feed Aches a kill there.
Maybe just too, I think just too long of a route.
Yeah, I mean, if you had overdrive in that situation and you hit it, you get a good timing, and they're not ready for the flank, maybe. But yeah, like you said, 15 seconds to wrap like that. That would be I don't know. I'd like to see that play happen maybe with overdrive or something. That'd be kind of sick. But you saw their heads just turn as soon as they realized how much time had gone off the clock.
All right, Cloud9 stay alive. 5-4 now. Look at the payloads coming to play, and already this is a setup play from Cloud9. They want Assault to get this first blood, catch the boys of Envy off guard as they go to drop down towards this site. Assault is set up, but it's really going to be for nothing.
He hasn't found anything yet. Are they going to be ready for him in this position? Can he maybe get an opening pick when they try?
Imagine if he pushed through here
to work on this plant. Who's I think it's what, J-Cap?
Camo.
Right
I think he's gonna pop the camo. 3, 2, 1. Nothing as of yet. They have no idea where any of the Cloud9 players are right now.
Well, they do. I think I saw a Scarab come through. I think they know that Assault is down there, but it's Lacefield with another first blood. What, 4 or 5 he's had in this game. Assault finds the second. They still got a chance. Slasher gone as well. It's John in a 1v4. We've got a round 11.
I don't know what the hesitation was from Envy. That laugh was really creepy.
This is nuts, man. This is fun. This is what competitive Call of Duty is all about, pal.
Game 5, round 11. It's only right that it's our first one in the CWL Global Pro League. It's between Envy and Cloud9, 2 of the largest organizations across all of esports. Here we go.
Lacefield, he's had a monster game, 10-7. The reactive armor will prove huge. But remember, Slasher on the opposite side has that camo to work with. Who's going to be the player to find the opening pick? If you're Apathy, if you're Slasher, you cannot die before you get to use these abilities.
Another thing to point out too, Aches is a plant and a kill away. Still possible for him to earn this active camo. Apathy spotted 1. What do the Blue Arrows of Envy do? What do the Blue Arrows of Envy do? Right now, okay, it will prompt the rotation, but Cloud9 are getting cheeky with it. They're going for everything. And look, they dropped the Centurion to watch their flank. So they invested in this B play. Now they're going back and now watch the blue arrows from Envy.
I love this. I love this. And now you're going to get the plant. Remember, what do you say? A plant to kill more than likely. So JCap knows it's coming. Now, how does Envy play this? 2 are going to hit the flank. 1's going to wrap back. So they're going to try and hit a pitch. Actually, they're going to hit through mid-map. So the Centurion gets destroyed. Now Slasher pops the camo. He is going to try and flank from behind. Surprise! There's 2. Slasher with the play. 3. The 4th just barely alive. And Salt is done. Cloud9's dreams of top 3 gone.
Slasher. The 3-piece to make it happen. Payloads in the end make the difference for Envy. And now Cloud9 0-5 in this group. So close. Mindfreak, that's a big sigh of relief.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. You go from so much pressure you were going to be feeling. I mean, the next thing now, the next story to sort of look forward to is what if Envy is able to hit the 3-0 splice, right, in order to take the top of the group. But God, that's got to be painful for Cloud9. You played an excellent series, but you had a couple games where, you know, if Aches had that camo, it would have been big. It was what the uplink where he didn't have it in a 2-point difference. Yep. He made a big play with it in game 2, search and destroy, but doesn't get to use it there. And you saw the difference. Slasher, easy pickings in the end.
It's what won Envy the uplink, and now it's what won Envy the search and destroy. Big plays from Slasher in that series. Congratulations to Envy on that Game 5, Round 11 victory. That's the Cloud9 we wanted to see all weekend, though. That's the caliber of this team. Just in the end, Lacefield was doing what he could in middle map. He really was shutting down John there.
So many first bloods. Lacefield comes up huge, but not enough to get the win for Cloud9. But who was amazing from the side of Envy, Slasher, has been an absolute beast. And we have him on the stage with Chris Puckett.
All right, thank you very much, fellas. I am here with Slasher. Slasher, this one went the distance. Game 5, round 11, after you guys got off to a hot start. Talk to me a little bit about this series. What was different today, this time around, playing Cloud9?
I feel like they were playing a little bit better today. We came out hot and kind of steamrolled them in the first map. But the second map, we made a few key little mistakes and lost a game, I believe, 6-4. And those little mistakes, we would have won like 6-2 if we didn't make them. And then going on from there, we turned it around and kind of steamrolled them in the Frost as well. But then the retaliation, I think Assault was just going off and clearing us out one by one. We didn't really have much teamwork going into it. And then the last map, we just clutched up in the end.
Later today, we're going to see you playing against Splyce. Looking forward to that rematch?
Yeah, I am. I hope we play a little bit better than we did last time against them. We still got to go backstage and talk about a few things because I feel like we're still making a little bit of the same mistakes. But hopefully we can put on a better show against them later.
You guys are looking like you're in prime position now to make it into the playoffs. $500,000. Have you been thinking about that yet, or are you still focused on this weekend alone?
I'm just focused on playing Splyce right now, and then once that match is over, I'll start thinking about that and preparing for that, but just one match at a time.
All right, well, best of luck. Hopefully I'll be talking to you again then. That's Slasher. It's Envy. Looking great here on Sunday. Let's send it over to the desk.
Thank you very much, Chris. Of course, Team Envious with a Game 5 clutch up, if you will. It was a great series, and I feel like there really is a lot to talk about throughout that entire one. We'll start, of course, with map number 1. It was a 250-122 Team Envious win. And Momo, really, I feel like the big storyline was Cloud9 just struggling to really hold down those hills.
Yeah, we saw them yesterday or throughout the weekend on Scorch, and it was kind of ironic. They didn't get a point, in fact, on Turbine, the second hard point of that. And we saw them start to rotate better. We saw them start to rotate a little sooner. And as soon as they did, you know, I feel like they just couldn't hold anything. They really didn't. I don't think they had the right setups. They had the right, you know, initial rotation, the initial thoughts, but it was the next step. You know, you've got to hold, you've got to win some gunfights. Envy has just kind of walked in, knocked on the door and said, it's ours, you know, we're taking this, and there's nothing you can do about it. Really disappointing, and again, you know, Sunday comes up, this is where they needed to turn up. Map 1, I thought, it's a 3-0.
Right, that's how it looked, right? Yeah. And it's weird because, Conrad, it started off similar to yesterday. It was almost deja vu.
And talking about the Turbine hill, the second hill on Scorched, you know, they rotated, they held the hill, and the big thing I was talking about was they called a Scarab. They end up calling a Scarab Cloud9, but they do it after the hill pops. So Envy reacts, they all go back door, or the top door in lab, and they 3-hit it. I think Apathy goes out uncontested, kills one guy watching the back door. who just really didn't react, and then they killed a guy in the Scarab, and I believe it was a 4-to-1 trade, and that's really how that hill went, and it was the story of that map. They rotate, they get the spawns, but they don't do anything with it.
And then, of course, moving over to map number 2, we finally got it on the board. Cloud9, of course, with a win, a 6-4 win on Crusher, Search and Destroy. And team, that was really, you know, Ake's camo really coming into play in that one.
Yeah, basically, Pat finally gets a good camo off, and that's exactly what you need to win maps. We saw Slasher do it on the last one, but overall on this Crusher, they're able to take it because it's much more decisive team pushes over towards that B side. We gave Cloud9 a lot of flack yesterday about basically leaving Lacefield out to dry over on that side of the map, but this time it's a little bit different. There were rounds where he got caught a little bit off guard early on, but they fixed those mistakes, adapted to the situation, and really helped him on that side, and it really paid off for him. But as Slasher said in that interview, they were making some sort of mistakes. It did go down to those clutch situations, but props to Assault as well. When he's able to win those 1v1 situations or 1v2 sometimes, it's, you know, it's very impressive.
Definitely is.
And going off what Teep just said, I said going into that map, if there's any map I think Cloud9 can win this tournament, it'll be Crusher S&D. I wasn't really impressed with how Envy played it the other day, and I wasn't impressed with how Cloud9 played. However, I think they both improved on yesterday's performance. We saw Cloud9 hit out B on defense, like I said that they need to do. They did it, but then Andy would hit wall run, and the other three kind of camp back and just let them die. And another big thing for me, and it's kind of the story of the second map and the last map, is Assault's use of specialists. It was non-existent, really. The FTL play, he could have FTL'd when Slasher ran at him with his fists. I mean, he just got world starred. You know, you don't ever want to get double punched with a guy with your fists. I mean, he had 9 or 7 bullets. He could have easily FTL'd away because if Slasher had his fists out, I mean, he had no ammo in his gun, right?
Get that extra distance.
Free round, you go up and you secure that round, and I mean, it would have made that map a lot easier for them.
Definitely would have done. Moving forward, of course, series tied at 1-1 at that point. We go over to a map number 3, and Envy clutch up towards the end, 9-7. Of course, J-Cap, he started off tremendously well. That was a fantastic performance from him, team.
Oh, it was huge, and Cap was just playing so darn fast on that map, picking up 3-piece after 3-piece. It was very impressive stuff from him, and Cap's sort of the X factor right now for Envy. When he's playing extremely well, these maps look very easy for them, but when he's not, especially in some of these Search and Destroys, he's getting these slow starts, these 1-6 sort of starts. So he needs to figure it out in S&D a little bit for these guys if they're going to look like a top-tier team. But overall, on this link, it was Cap and Slash. I think they both get over 30 kills, and that's what sort of translates. And something that Damon and I were talking about watching that map is Cloud9's just so slow. Off of these intro kills that they're getting at the middle of the map, they aren't moving the drone to the favorite side of the map. You have to take it ship. You have to put the pressure on the other team so they're forced to rotate back, but they're not able to do that. That allows Apathy to flank. We caught a lot of times. The driving was great that game where we caught Apathy just getting a free kill behind them. It stops the progression, and there's just nothing you can do from that when someone's behind you.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Yeah, and going into what Teep said, like I believe Pat had a really bad Frost uplink, but I don't really think it was his fault. I mean, we didn't really see him much. You know, I don't know if he was shooting bad or what, but he kept getting to the other side of the map, and then it would show his teammates, Salt and Rick and Andy. Andy would hit wall run, but then you'd see Rick sit in ring, Assault go top ship and sit there, let him die, and then they would throw the ball at Envy, and Envy would just run away with it. Like, you can't do that, and it consistently happened.
And then, of course, that gave Envy a 2-1 lead. Moving into map number 4, it was a hard point. And then, I don't know, MMO, Cloud9 just kind of gave us a phenomenal performance, a 100-point club. It was a 250 to 88-point lead. And to the point of map number 1 was, you know, they rotated well, but they didn't really hold the hills. This time, it was completely different.
Yeah, I was going to go back to the point I actually said, which as you did and touched on so well. The first map, of course, they couldn't hold a hill. You know, they were playing close, they were playing tight. This time, yes, let's just point out the fact that Assault went off. He got full streaks. It was absolutely insane from him as an individual. But as a team as well, when they had hills, when they had broken, they were pushing out. They used the streaks correctly. They had Cathedral. They weren't just kind of sat, clustered up and just hoping for the best. It was something which you see from a lot of the top teams and something that they seriously have adapted to and learned, which is great to see. But again, if Assault doesn't do that, if he doesn't get those 6-7 kill streaks, I don't think they do that. So do you rely on one player to do that every single hardpoint? For me, the answer is no. It was great to see them win a hardpoint, you know, and actually do some damage. But we were looking at each other like, is this going to happen? Like a map 5, Cloud9?
And then we get the game 5 as well, and that was extremely exciting as well. It goes all the way, of course, to that round 11. And there was a couple of key moments, I think, throughout that map where you could kind of highlight and say, okay, you know, if it goes a little bit differently, maybe Cloud9 do win that. One specifically that we kind of all looked at each other was, I believe it was round number 7. It was 3-3 at the time, 1v1, Assault versus Cap. And to Karma's point earlier on when he was analyzing, just no specialist being used. He had Overdrive.
It was a great map overall, and you have to give a lot of props to Blazefield. Yes, Cloud9 lost the map, but how many First Bloods, how many times did he open it up for them? So just want to give the man props on that one. But overall, going back to the same sort of issues we brought up before with Assault and his specialist abilities, the payloads, when you have an individual player on a map going off, you're going to be getting that ability faster. You're getting more points. And when you have that edge in a round, you have to use it first. You're getting these abilities before the other team, and that was the perfect moment to use it. He could have overdrove anywhere on the map. Yeah. Mid-cut, all the way around towards the B-cut trains. Get to the other side of the map towards that lemon-lime side. He didn't do it. He just kind of hid in the only sort of position Cap had a chance, especially with the time, and he allows Cap to get the kill and FTL back to bomb. Is just, you have to use the abilities there.
Yep. Yeah, and I personally feel like it's Overdrive. You know, it's not kinetic, it's not camo, or yeah, it's not camo. You can use it in that 1v1 because it's not a extremely impactful specialist that you'll need in a team fight. But in an individual fight, FTL, like as Cap used to defuse the bomb that round, like surprise, surprise, it won him the round. And another thing, you said Lace. We were waiting for Lace to have a really big map. He stepped it up. He got a lot of First Bloods. And the only thing I would really mention that I think was another mistake was Rick had 4 bomb plants. He had Centurion. Why did Pat not have the bomb? You know, I've had maps on Throwback where I'm 1 in 5, but I'm 75% to camo because I have 4 plants. Just little things like that I don't really understand, and it could have been the difference.
Yeah, for me, just touching on what Damon said there, it annoys me, the fact that you've got someone, you know, using camo, you know, and relying on the likes of Pat to make plays to get that camo. And we're sitting in round number 9, and you see like his payload ability, and it's not even a quarter the way. Where you've got Ricky with 4 or 5 plants, that camo needs to be in play. It is the most powerful thing on this game right now, and we saw it. We saw what Slasher did with it.
I was gonna say it's ironic.
Oh,
right?
it's frustrating.
You get to the round 11, and guess what? Camo comes into play.
Yeah, and to add on to that, for me, example, in any other game, I don't think there was one Call of Duty where I was the bomb planner. But I'm the camo player, and you have to do it. You have to do it. It's so important. It's one of the most important specialists in the game. You need to get it if you want to win Search and Destroy.
Well, speaking of map number 5, I believe we can set it down to the wonderful